So friends, what can we glean from Donald Trump's unhinged rants on his third-rate social media platform? Well, there's a piece that just ran in the National Review that takes a crack at trying to answer that question. Let's have a look at that piece. Because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So friends, there's a piece that just ran in the National Review that takes a somewhat humorous look at Donald Trump's unhinged rants and ramblings that he continues to post on his Truth Social platform. I want to take a look at just a little bit of that National Review article and then move from the humorous to the serious. But before we do that, if you'll indulge me, just 30 seconds of housekeeping. As you may know, we are an all-volunteer outfit here at Justice Matters. We're up and running 7 days a week, posting a legal analysis video each and every day, and we couldn't do it without your support. So if you would like to more formally support our all-volunteer mission, our efforts, our content, please feel free to go over to patreon.com. You can sign up to become a patron, and if you do, I'll send you some Team Justice and Justice Matters stickers and a personal handwritten note of thanks. Now, let's turn to the topic for the day, this National Review article that pokes a little bit of fun at Donald Trump. The headline, Trump has completely lost his grip on reality. The former president's deterioration is on full display in the Truth Social asylum he built for himself. And that article begins, let's check in on the shadow primary for the 2024 Republican nomination. Nikki Haley is putting together a finance committee and suggested last week that she's leaning in to a run. Mike Pompeo, abject coward Mike Pompeo, that's my editorial addition there. Mike Pompeo has just published a book called Never Give an Inch and told CBS yesterday that he'll decide whether to enter the fray over the next handful of months. Governor Ron DeSantis has continued to pick winning fights in Florida since being reelected in a November landslide and has stayed assiduously quiet about his future. And then there's Donald Trump, who, despite being the only candidate who has officially announced his bid, is, well, ranting like a deranged hobo in a dilapidated public park. And friends, I actually feel compelled to apologize to deranged hobos in dilapidated parks everywhere for being compared to Donald Trump. Now friends, let's transition to the serious. Now, I am not a political analyst or expert, but I don't think Donald Trump has a snowball's chance in hell of being elected president again. You know, heck, even creepy old John Bolton, Donald Trump's former national security advisor, just said the following on CBS News, quote, Trump's 2024 campaign is poison for the GOP and will continue to go downhill. Well, there's at least one thing I can agree with John Bolton on, but it's really not re-election that I'm concerned about. It's accountability, or the lack of accountability, for the crimes of Donald Trump. You know, friends, it's funny. Some people say, Glenn, you beat up too much on DOJ. And other people say, Glenn, you don't beat up enough on DOJ. You know, I don't see it as beating up on the Department of Justice, my former professional home for decades. Here's how I see it. More than 2 years ago now, Donald Trump and his criminal associates organized, orchestrated, planned, and incited a violent attack on the U.S. Capitol to try to stop the peaceful transfer of presidential power. And for more than 2 years now, the Department of Justice has declined to hold a single suit of the insurrection, as I call them, not the boots of the insurrection, the people who actually attacked the Capitol after Donald Trump ordered them to do so, the suits of the insurrection, the hierarchy, the command structure, the people of power and influence and connections. DOJ has not held a single suit of the insurrection accountable for the violent attack on the government that they launched to try to keep Donald Trump in power unlawfully, unconstitutionally. Here is my grave concern. There's a message that has been sent by the Department of Justice to the next aspiring dictator, to the next wannabe autocrat who might consider trying to violently overthrow our democracy if he loses an election. The message that has been sent by the Department of Justice, that if you do what Donald Trump did, if you try to violently overthrow our government, you will have more than 2 years to plot your next move. Maybe that next move is recruiting a new batch of insurrectionists and trying it all over again. DOJ not acting for more than 2 years now, since Donald Trump tried to violently stop the certification of Joe Biden's election win, has sent the message to the next wannabe dictator that you get to do it all over again and we will not touch you, not for 2 years and counting. I mean, soon it will be 2 years and a month, and then 2 months, and then 2.5 years, and then 3 years if we don't see federal indictments anytime soon. That is a supremely dangerous precedent to set. There should be timely accountability for people who try to violently overthrow our government, not a complete absence of responsibility, because that's encouraging tomorrow's wannabe dictator to do it all over again and then some. So it's not about beating up on the Department of Justice, though I do that from time to time because I can't understand the lack of law enforcement action here. It's about wanting the best for our nation, for our country, for our democracy, for our kids, for our grandkids, because right now, our democracy is struggling. I'm not prepared to say it's circling the drain, but boy, is it struggling. And I believe that absent accountability for Donald Trump and his criminal associates for what they did, I don't think we have a lot of hope that we will be able to keep our republic. And you know what? We really want to keep our republic, don't we? Because justice matters. Friends, as always, please stay safe, please stay tuned, and I look forward to talking with you all again soon.